throw that away. Excellent connection. Give it 10 seconds. I just want to make sure that and it's live.
Alright, let's do this.
Let me have it actually focus on your face though.
My face? Sit here.
There we go. Now it's actually focused.
Come, join me.
Ah, perfect. Okay, so
So,
this is a day that I've kind of been waiting for a little bit. Do you want to give the backstory or?
okay, sure. So Jared grows hot peppers, and you know this already if you've been watching his videos, but I have a non-existent spice tolerance. Like, black pepper is too spice for me, or raw garlic, or raw onion, right? But I do like wasabi. But I went to a fair and I saw that there was somebody selling plants, or starters at least, and they had tomatoes and they had peppers, and since Jared has a lot of both of them, I decided to go with the pepper because I wanted to have a surprise pepper that I would be willing to try, because he always asks, but like no hope really, because he knows I don't want to try any hot peppers because I have no tolerance. So yeah, this is a surprise pepper that we're gonna try today. After we try it, I'll tell him what it is if he can't guess by the flavor. You go, tell me.
I have no hope that I'm gonna be able to guess it. I mean, like you can make an educated guess even if you're, a pepper nerd like me, but you never really know. Like, you might get close, but it could be some offshoot. So I have a feeling. I already cut it in half, so it's like gonna have to put it back together. I'll have a picture.
Yeah, drop some
when
photos for them.
when I make another video, but it kind of looks like my chocolate Starscream Thai bird's eye cross, but it leans more like a Thai bird's eye chili. It's just long, pointy at the end, and like not very like thick. Kind of like exactly like a Thai bird's eye, and the plant itself has them sticking straight up, the peppers, which a lot of Thai bird's eyes grow like that. So it like just reminds me a lot of a Thai chili.
It doesn't smell spicy. It smells like regular, like bell pepper.
Sometimes they can be deceptive, but it does not smell spicy. This is definitely, I want to get her trying some of the other ones that I've grown. I know she's not going to try, and I don't blame her, some of the like ridiculous ones that I've, been growing this season, because it's not worth it. But as far as like the Chinense varieties, like the ahis that I have, they have heat, but they shouldn't be too spicy, and I think the flavor is good enough that if I got her on camera, it would be a good thing.
I just don't like the flavor of peppers either. That's a side note. I just don't like the flavor of peppers. I do eat bell peppers sometimes. They're stuffed, but it's just not really my thing. It's not it.
That's why I want to have you try a Chinense variety, because they do not taste like normal peppers. That's what people like about them, is that they're super duper fruity tasting. Doesn't taste like a jalapeno. I think jalapeno and like a bell pepper and that kind of flavor is what people always think when they think pepper flavor, but there's actually a wide variety.
I don't like the taste of this smell.
Yeah, this smells like a regular, like, style pepper.
Okay,
and
are we doing this?
It's obviously ripe. I gave myself the top, which has the most pith, which is where all the spice is, and I gave her the bottom just to, give her a fighting chance
But it's
if
so
it is spicy. Doesn't smell like it's gonna be, but you really never know until you try. So, cheers.
Do I just pop the entire thing?
Pop it, chew, and yep. 3, 2, 1. It's not that spicy at all, but I can imagine she's probably dying. Like for me, not that bad at all, but for her, I can just see the panic. That's a panic laugh. You might see hiccups on camera.
Shut up.
Thankfully, I made her a protein shake, so she's got that.
You'll feel the heat?
Me? That's way less spicy than a Thai bird's eye, so it might not be. Very similar, though. And it's already kind of going away for me.
Good for you.
This was her idea. Wasn't even mine. Wild
I'm a
enough.
supportive wife. So, tolerable heat. But when I bit and it went, you know, just
Yeah.
my nose, it just like
Uh-huh.
cleansed it. I was like, oh my god, this was a bad idea. But I feel like I could eat this. Like,
If it was distributed into a meal, I feel like this would be pretty tolerable for you. Like 1 or 2 throughout an entire soup or something.
not 1 or 2, like maybe half.
Okay, like if I made something for both of us, if I put one of those into like a soup so that it was evenly distributed.
Sure,
'Cause
like
think
into
about
ramen, I could do it in ramen.
In ramen, it would be like a very nice, subtle heat. Like think about it, if you can handle this full blast,
I can feel it like coming down now.
yeah. But
Yeah.
if you can handle it full blast, dilute it into a whole thing of ramen, you might even come to like it.
What's the pepper that I like usually? That I like it in drinks, I like it in coffee, I like it in kombucha.
One of mine, or just
No, just what is it?
Chipotle?
No. Oh. No. Not Chipotle.
Is that what this is?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's cayenne.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I should have gone that.
Yeah. Cuz I like cayenne ginger kombucha or like cayenne in like a drink or in
That
coffee.
makes so much more sense why it's like around this heat and also not a whole lot of flavor. It's because cayenne is kind of known for that. But
I like the flavor of cayenne. That's why I was
because there's
actually
not
impressed.
much. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's why I like spinach and I don't like, I don't know, cucumber or whatever. Cucumber. But, yeah, no, that's good. So
Yeah.
you can dry it out and make powder for me.
I was gonna say that would be a perfect one for me to dry and make powder.
That's literally why I got it, guys. It's so good in the coffee.
Yeah, adding a little, if you guys have never tried it, some dried spice, like some spicy pepper, into a coffee in the morning, especially when it's cold outside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
goodness,
it
so
smacks.
good.
And for whatever reason, I don't even think because of the milk necessarily, because we don't use dairy milk very often, and
It
still
does, it has a
happens.
little bit of heat when
No,
you put it
no.
on.
I mean, that I don't even think this is because of the milk, because we use non-dairy milk most of the time, and it's not known for killing heat like regular dairy milk is, but for whatever reason, being in a hot drink, I don't know if it's the coffee, the hot drink, the mix of everything, but you can feel the heat, but it goes away so quickly. Like, it doesn't linger in your mouth where you're like, oh my god. You can be like, ooh, that's a little spicy, and then a few seconds later, it completely dies down. It's weird.
And you've given me other powders to put in my coffee. I just don't like the flavor of it. I like cayenne.
But you handled the heat. She handled the heat of a scorpion reaper.
When I plopped too much in my coffee.
Oh my god.
But okay, so the lady had 2 different types of cayenne, and I think this is just the most traditional one. The other one was like a giant or whatever, and this is just a regular
Giant cayenne.
I don't know. I don't remember. There were 2 types, and I just grabbed the simple one. I was like, cayenne? Oh, yeah, cayenne. I didn't expect it to be so proliferous. Prolific? Yeah.
It is very prolific
There's
so
gonna
far.
be loads of powder.
I would imagine that it'll only get better as our season cools down. A lot of them started flowering a lot more recently because we're in NorCal and we had a recent heat wave that was unbelievable. It was 105 average for, what was it, like 2 weeks straight. And so obviously even peppers, a lot of them that come from places that are hot, sustained no wind, dry heat like that for 14 days straight, they're not exactly living the life. So just kind of nursed them along, made sure they stayed alive, and I figured that they would they'll bounce back once the temperatures chilled the fuck out. and they did. They're now putting out tons of flowers. I think they're kind of getting the idea that it's time, it's fall. And the best thing is that here we have such a long season that it'll go all the way until October, sometimes even November, before it stops producing. So we're gonna have plenty of peppers. I have like 35 pepper plants, almost all of them different varieties. I have duplicates of a few of them, but there will be a lot of reviews, a lot of me snotting and tearing up, but hopefully I can get some of my buddies to test on again. Some new people, hopefully. I'll get my buddy Josh, but he always says I want to try it, but then he alludes that he's gonna wuss out, so we'll see.
I can get some people.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh yeah, I can pull strings.
Who do you think? You imagine Rhino? Imagine if we got Rhino to
Maybe he
try a
would.
pepper.
I don't want to name names right now.
I wouldn't want to like
But-
incapacitate some people like I've done
Who
before.
was like, oh yeah, I really like spicy. I can't remember now. But yeah, I know some people.
That's the thing. A lot of people say I really like spice, and they basically mean I can barely tolerate a jalapeno or a serrano pepper, and like comparatively, I don't think they understand what I'm growing. There's a reason they're called super hots.
Okay.
I'm gonna end the stream.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. Did you like the pepper?